When we look at technology today being brought in, it's really retrofitted into buildings.
Right.
We're not designing buildings around it or with it really involved. You know, now we do it. When we brought in electricity, it was always tacked down back in the late 1800s, right? And now it's integrated into the walls.
Or even inside plumbing.
Yeah,
Same
plumbing,
thing.
all of those things were integrated over time.
Sure.
We're now at that next phase where we're taking these other things, such as what we're building at Nest or other companies, and now starting to think and collaborating to really make it part of the architecture. So the computing is not in your face, and these kinds of sensors are not in your face. They actually recede into the structure itself and make the structure better, not just be this tacked on.
So you think the Nest is really a sort of intermediate generation?
Well, I hope so.
Okay.
I hope there's going to be a lot more evolution. When I look at, you know, the arcane way of how these different systems work together, they're really not modernized at all. It's because no one really thought about these two worlds colliding. And so what's really been for us is now talking to architects and talking to system designers and plumbing and equipment manufacturers, and they're learning about our world, and they have lots of questions, just like we had in Venice. There's a lot of questions that we have to answer on both sides to be able to learn about each other, to be able to make these integrations happen. But it's going to take a long time.
Okay.
Well, I think that, you know, if we look at what's going on in homes today, obviously it's about the home first.
Yeah.
But if you can actually get people engaged with some of these new systems, getting engaged and learn about their homes. Today, a lot of people come to us and say, well, yeah, I feel like I have to always take care of my home. Why do I always have to take care of it? There's a leak here, or needs to get fixed. Why can't the systems tell me before things fail so that we can be proactive about it, as opposed to it's broken and now we don't have hot water at 2 in the morning or something like that. So we're looking at also bringing freedom back into the home for homeowners. So I think there's a gentle balance here. But it does start really selfishly by the homeowner and the people who live in it. But hopefully with information and these kinds of systems, they can learn about the community around them and be able to have larger impact through the information we can provide through these systems. Our goal is really to take the things that are already around us that have been unloved for years and literally reinvent them so they give you that information and make you part of the community. So we have a rolling total of all the energy that was saved by all of our customers, and it's been 2.5 billion kilowatt hours already in just less than 3 years. And so people start to see, and they can see why they've used more or used less, and then they can start to make conscious choices. We're not trying to be judgmental, saying you have to turn it down. We're just giving them the information, just like the quantified self. We're doing the quantified home in a way to allow people to make better choices if they so choose. You still need physical elements in the home. They could look slightly different. There's got to be a standard interface for these things. You just don't throw everything out. So you have to be able to blend. You know, and that's been part of my career, is blending the old with the new, and to allow people to move forward with not feeling trepidation that they're going to a whole new world and throwing everything out and don't understand it any longer. So I think there's going to be a blend in this collaboration, and I hope it's going to hide the technology, not to show it the way it is today, you know, in many ways. But you'll still have interface, physical interface.
You do respond to what the device allows you to do, encourages you to do in very subtle ways.
Yeah, but that's what you have today. Those devices, they might be dumb, but they're very limited as well. You can only do certain things with them.
Sure.
What we're seeing is much more creativity, much more flexible use of these things from wherever it is. The question is what is the feedback to you, and what is it asking you to do?